Good morning and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to continue on our series on how to use your centralized exchange apps. In the last video, we laid foundation, we explored how your app is supposed to function. I showed you the different interfaces, the different tabs, what they are supposed to do, the home, markets, derivatives, sports and assets. We talked about you can customize these parts. Excuse me. We said you could customize this part to your liking, and how you do that is you just click on more, then edit, then you add what you want to add. Alright, so that's one of the things we did in the last introductory class. Then we said here you have access to different tokens. Then in markets you have access to all tokens, whether it is your favorite sports, derivatives, data, leaderboard. Then on your sports you have access to a particular token. You can look at the charts, okay? You can look at the trade, the charts, the trade. You can look at margin. Alright. You can also check out pre-market tokens. Okay, for instance, cards. Okay, all of this we said in that first video. Then this is where we stopped in the assets tab, and we said on a foundational level all of these interfaces, the tabs, they are similar for almost all apps. Okay, then we said this under accounts is where, just be with me, under accounts is where you see your funds. In Bybit we have two different types of accounts. We have funding accounts and we have unified trading. Okay, and we said when somebody sends you money from somewhere, it appears in your funding. Then we said for the assets tab, it shows every token you are holding. So for instance, I receive a new crypto that hasn't listed. This is where it goes, right? This is part of the things we said. Now, that's that for the introduction. We now said that if you want to deposit, you use the deposit tab. If you want to withdraw, you withdraw. If you want to transfer, you transfer. Of course, deposit is from an external source. Okay, from an external source, you can deposit on chain. You can deposit via email, via phone number, I think. Then you can also deposit using the email, phone number, UID, P2P, right, and a whole lot of other options. So you see that you can also deposit using a card. And for withdrawal, you can withdraw a token to maybe your wallet, or maybe you send it to someone. Then for transfer is used to send something, for instance, from your funding to your unified trading. So if I wanted to move this $0.97 to unified trading, I'll just simply go ahead and do transfer. So how it works is the first guy is the from, the second guy is the to. So I am transferring from funding to unified trading. If I want to reverse the process, I click on this guy in the middle. I click on it, right? So now remember, it is in funding I have money, so I'll just leave it the way it is. Then I'll click on max to transfer everything, right? Then I'll see confirm. After I confirm, it has worked. So you see the funds have moved from my funding to my trading. Now when you move stuff from funding to trading, then you can now use it under sports to buy something, or you can use it under derivatives to buy something. So it all depends. Wow. It all depends. Excuse me, I just woke up from sleep. Okay, it all depends on you. Now, but the focus of today's video is depositing. Okay, now you can deposit on chain, meaning from your wallet to your centralized exchange. Your wallet is on chain. The centralized exchange app is not on chain. It's not actually on chain. It's later, much later, that they just bundle up the transaction and then reflect it on chain. Okay, so how do you do that? Let's assume I have my Townkeeper. I have some funds on my Townkeeper that I want to do away with. Right. Let me just do one last transaction. Let's see my Townkeeper. I don't know if my Memify will open, but let's see my Townkeeper. I have some funds inside. Right, so I have about $6 in my Townkeeper. Forget about this guy. Yeah, but this guy is valueless for now. It's Aqua XP. They are playing with our head. Okay. Now, so I have money here. As you see, I have like $6, and I can actually make a transaction on Memify. Memify. So make a transaction on Memify. At least one last transaction. If it doesn't open, we'll just skip it. Okay. So I'll make this transaction 0.2 ton. Then whatever is remaining, I send it to my centralized exchange app. Alright, so I'll confirm the transaction, confirm my PIN. I'll get debited 0.2 ton. I get 25 million spin, 500 spin. Just wait for it to finish. This is what I'm talking about, this guy. Let's wait for it to finish. Make these guys better list well. I don't want to spend money for this thing. I've been spending money every day. Okay, so it has worked, right? So I have my 500 spin. I have my 500 spin, and then I have my 25M points. Right, so now that I'm done with that transaction, let's see my balance. My balance was $6 before. I'll refresh. It's now $5. Now, so let's go back to the main video. We are saying we want to withdraw from this wallet before us, to my Bybit. How do I do that? Now again, go to your assets, right? Then deposit. Then we are depositing crypto. We are depositing crypto. What I want to deposit is Ton coin. Okay, we are depositing crypto. This guy. This Ton coin is what we want to deposit. Right. So how do we do that? We go click on deposit crypto. Right. Now what I want to deposit is Ton. So I'll search for Ton. I'll select it. Select the chain type. The way you have SIM cards in real life, the way you have SIM cards, you have MTN Glow, Etisalat, Airtel, right? These are the main ones in Nigeria. In the same way, you also have others outside the country, but in crypto, the same way you have all those SIM card networks, that's how you have chains and networks. So Ton is the one we're working with right now. Right? Now, for Ton, take note of this. If you are doing withdrawal to your centralized exchange from an app like Tonkeeper, where's my gosh? Okay, if you are doing transfer, right, from an app like Tonkeeper to a centralized exchange like Bybit, you need what we call Nemo. Okay, you need what we call Nemo. Nemo is generated by your centralized exchange. I don't want to get into the technicalities of how your centralized exchange really works, but Nemo is generated by it. So anytime you are depositing from number 1 to this number 2 to your centralized exchange, you need the Nemo that is generated by number 2, this guy. You need to put it inside of number 1, okay, so that your transfer will be successful. Somebody was supposed to send me $3 worth of hamster like 4-5 days ago, and I told the person, I gave him my centralized exchange address and Nemo, and I told him very, very clear, specific. I said these two are required for a successful transaction. Make sure you put them. This guy went ahead and put the address correctly, but when he got to the Nemo, he now put $3 because it was $3 worth of hamster he was sending. He now put $3. The problem now was that after he sent it, excuse me, of course the money went from his wallet, but the money never got to me because he did not use Nemo. This is very important. He didn't use it. And so we waited, and at some point I went back, started checking the screenshots he sent. Then I saw where he made the mistake. Could you believe this guy was saying that he feels I scammed him? Somebody that was saying he's hungry, he used his last money to buy gas so that he can send the money at least so that he can get something. I sent him 2,000 so that at least we'll wait before the money drops, right? When it drops, then we'll do the maths. We'll remove my 2K that I sent to him. This guy was telling me he feels I scammed him. I was like, okay, send me my 2K first. Let me delete and block you, because I told you these two things are required for a successful transaction. He sent my 2,000. I deleted his number and blocked him. You see that? Because he was calling me a scammer for a mistake you did, right? So what is the moral? The moral is, when you are interacting with crypto, you have to be careful. That is why sometimes I tell you screenshot and send to me. Okay? So back here. So we're saying anytime you have to deposit to your centralized exchange, you need your address, very important, and you need this. Okay? If you check, this is my discovery from observation. If you check this first address, sorry, we're diverting a bit. This first address and this second address are not the same. The first one is Bybit address. From my experience, is Bybit address, so that when you copy the first address and search and view it on chain, you view it in Ton Viewer, right? The official Ton scanner. When you view it on chain, what you discover is that many people are sending tokens to this same address. As a matter of fact, when we copy this When we copy this guy, right, and we put it in our timekeeper, it will show Bybit 1. Okay, so the difference now falls on, after it shows Bybit 1, what makes them to be able to credit you in your own account is this second guy, this number 2. So if you send to number 1, it will go. If you just send to number 1, it will go. But if you do not put this number 2, it will not drop in your account. Do you understand? So this is very important. I know most videos on depositing crypto will not tell you this. Okay, so they will not tell you this. So if we are depositing from our wallet on chain, right, to Bybit or any other centralized exchange, if they give you these two guys, number 1 and number 2, don't ever play with them. Make sure you use both of them in your transaction. Please don't put your own comments that you like, like $2, $3, $5. Nobody send you. If you do that, you do yourself. Alright, so I will copy the first one. I will say I'm sending to my centralized exchange, so I'll click on send. Right, I'll paste the address. I've pasted it. You see this comment part, this comment part. Let's go back to our red color. You see this comment part, you see it's saying is required. Excuse me. You see it's saying that is required. This is where, instead of pasting what was here, instead of pasting this second guy, right, this 10378601, this guy actually wrote $3 here, which is wrong, because as I explained earlier, please follow my video. It can be long at times, but the knowledge is important. This guy will send to your Bybit, but this guy make sure that it drops in your account. Okay, so how do I make sure it drops in my account? I'm going to clear that and paste what I copied. This number belongs to me. It is the number for my own account. So I'll now click on next. Okay, it is still that same, this same details that we have here. These two guys is the one that is here, this Bybit 1. Okay, but let's just go ahead and do it step by step, and I'll say continue. So what I want to send is Tom. I'll say max, this max here. I'll say max because I want to send everything. I'll say max. Okay, right, so continue. Are you seeing that Bybit 1 I was talking about? See that Bybit 1. Then you see my comment. Please don't put whatever you like in this comment though. If you do that, you send your money to the bush, and it's on you. So I'll now say confirm and send. I'm sending to Bybit 1 from my wallet that I named Samuel. I can name this wallet anything, but I'm sending to Bybit 1. The recipient address is this. This is the address of Bybit 1. But this guy makes sure that the money gets to me. Very important. I confirm and send. Yes. I use my fingerprint. Then I'll wait for the transaction to go through. Okay. Are you even seeing a Bybit logo here? Excuse me. Remember, I just woke up from sleep. money has gone. This is it. The money has gone. The money has gone. You see that my comment, very, very important. Very important. Don't play with it though before you send your money to the bush. So it has sent. If we like, we can view the transaction on chain. Okay, we can view the transaction on chain. So we can click like this. It opens Ton Viewer, right? It opens Ton Viewer. Then to Bybit 1. This Bybit 1. If you check, you see now. If you check, you see somebody deposited one hamster. Somebody deposited 34 ton. Somebody deposited. See what I'm saying? Hamster, ton, 1 ton. You see that? Somebody just deposited dogs. Somebody deposited ton, 31 ton. So the address is the same for everybody on Bybit. But what differentiates it is the comments. Are you seeing that? So that Bybit 1 account self, this is going somehow in another different direction though, but that Bybit account that we just sent to is holding about 3,000 worth of ton, then staked, then the different tokens, the collectibles. You see that? So this is Ton Viewer. So here we can view all the transactions to that same account. Now let's go back to our centralized exchange app, which is this guy. So by using this guy, I know my video is long, but the knowledge is powerful. By using this guy and this guy, the money comes to my own account. So if I go back, I say cancel. Are you seeing that the money has dropped? The money has dropped in my funding because I just funded now in my funding. So if I do like this, click on it, right? If I see hide zero balances, you see that I have 5.38 ton that I sent. Are you seeing that? So that is how to do it. That's how to do deposit from a different from your wallet to to your centralized exchange. So with that, we will end this video. I hope you learned something.